Hello to all BetDriver program users. In this video, we will consider the AutoBookmaker strategy, analyze its parameters, and demonstrate the examples of its operation. First of all, we must add the strategy to the program. This is a very simple procedure. Click the Add button, select AutoBookmaker, then enter the name and click OK. The strategy will appear in the list. Now it is ready to be launched. AutoBookmaker includes the following operation stages. The program searches and processes markets according to the specified parameters. An initial laid bet is placed on the applicable market. If the bet is accepted, the program may perform several actions depending on the selected settings. Place the additional laid bet according to the decreasing algorithm, or repeat the initial laid bet after a specified pause. When trending mode is enabled, a back bet is placed after each accepted laid bet. If the back bet is accepted, then the initial laid bet is placed again. A laid bet back bet cycle is repeated as long as it matches the specified settings. Optionally, it is possible to enable the market's closure function. At the specified time, the program will stop the base placement according to the initial algorithm, cancel all unaccepted bets, and equalize the results for all selections. Let's consider the parameters available to us at every stage. Let's take a closer look at those parameters that are used only for the AutoBookmaker strategy. A detailed description of each parameters can be found on our website in the Support, AutoStrategy, AutoBookmaker section. First of all, the program looks for markets at which it will place bets. The markets may be filtered by sport type, country, venue, competition type, market type. You may select markets with starting price support, with in-play support, markets that have already entered in play. Search only for specific markets using a text filter. Set the frequency and searching period. You may also set filters by the volume of accepted bets at the time of the search, the selection's number, the end of the market number, ID, the market start time. The program will place the bets on the markets in case if they match the filters set. The markets are processed in the circle in accordance with the specified processing frequency. Before placing bets, the program must calculate the base odd. The following algorithms are provided for calculating the base odd. With all matched amounts, the base odd is calculated for all matched amounts. The entire transactions volume on the market is taken into account, with the matched amounts from the moment of entry. Deals made after the market was found are taken into account. A detailed algorithm for the base odd calculation with the matched amounts can be found on our website in the Support, AutoStrategy, AutoBookmaker section. Consider the current market odds as basic. The program considers the current odds on the left side of the market as basic, odds available for back bets. Consider the last matched odds as basic. The program considers the last matched odds on the selection as basic. The minimum amount of the odd visibility in the market. If the base odd calculation is based on the current odds, then the odds on which the amounts are less than the ones specified in this parameter will be ignored by the program. For example, there is a following situation on some selection on the market. If we placed 100 on this parameter, then 2.04 will be taken as the current odd, and if 12 or less, then 2.6. Visibility amount, search depth in ladder, ticks. The number of the best odds among which the program looks for the visibility amount. The default is 3, but you may specify a different number. Calculate the base odd only once. The base odd will be calculated only during the first market entry. If the program cannot calculate the odd at the first time, then it will try to calculate it until it can be done. After that, the odd will be fixed by the program and will not be recalculated anymore. If this option is not activated, the base odd will be recalculated during every market entry. This section sets filters for all bets that the program will make. These include minimum and maximum overround for back and lay bets. Overround is the sum of the reverse market odds multiplied by 100%. Minimum and maximum amount in a pair on the market. This is the sum of all back and lay bets placed on the market. Minimum and maximum bets odds. This is the range of the odds in which the program will place bets. Minimum and maximum spread at the selection, in ticks. Spread is the difference between the market back and lay odds. Tick is a step of odd change within a certain range. For example, if the back odd on a particular selection is 2.84 and the lay odd is 2.92, then the spread is 4 ticks. Since in the range of odds from 2 to 3, 1 tick is 0.02. If the back odd is 3.9 and lay odd is 4.1, then the spread is 3 ticks. Since 1 tick is 0.05 in the range of odds from 3 to 4, and 1 tick is 0.1 in the range of odds from 4 to 6. The change step in each range of odds can be clearly seen if you turn on the ladder in the market window. Filters for horse racing are provided separately. Minimum and maximum racetrack length. The racetrack length is specified as XM/YF, for example 2M/1F. Two characters may be present, for example 1M or 6F. What does it mean? Racetrack length in horse racing is measured in miles and furlongs. M is for miles and F is for furlongs. Therefore, the track length 2M/1F is equal to 2 miles and 1 furlong. 1M/2F means 1 mile and 2 furlongs, and so on. If the racetrack length doesn't fit within the specified range in the market, no initial bets are placed on the market. Hurdles. All markets without limits. Only with hurdles. Bets are placed only on those markets, the names of which contain the designations CHS, chase, race with high obstacles, or HRD, hurdle, race with various obstacles. Only without hurdles. Bets are placed only on those markets that do not contain CHS or HRD in their names. Delete markets that do not meet conditions on first try. If the program finds a market but it does not fit any filter, then the market is removed from the list and without further processing. If you do not check the box, the program skips this market and processes it again next time. This section contains parameters for all lay bets placed by the program within the AutoBookmaker strategy. Initial lay bets amount. Bets are placed in the Betfair account currency. There are 3 ways of the bet amount calculation. Payout. The specified amount is divided by the odd. If the amount is 10 and the odd are 2.5, then the bet amount will be $4. Bet amount. The amount specified by you will be the bet amount on the market. Liability. The specified amount is divided by the odd minus 1. If the amount is 10 and the odd are 3, then the bet amount will be 10 divided 3 minus 1 will be equal to $5. Margin from the base odd is a decrease in the bet odd by a specified number of ticks or percent of the base odd. For example, the base odd is 2.5. Then a bet is placed with the odd of 2.25 with a 10% margin, and a bet is placed with an odd of 2.30 with a margin of 10 ticks. Additional formula for the initial bet decrease. After calculating the initial bet odd, taking into account the margin, you may additionally lower the odd by a certain number of ticks. You can use the C variable in the formula. It means the coefficient. When calculating the initial bet price, its odd will be further reduced by the number of ticks obtained by this formula. For example, you can enter the formula 10 divided to C. This means that with the odd of 2, it will be reduced by another 5 ticks. 10 divided 2 equal to 5 and will be 1.95. And with the odd of 5, it will be reduced by another 2 ticks. 10 divided 5 is equal to 2 and will be 4.8. Maximum liability on the selection. The program stops placing lay bets if the amount of actually arising obligations for the accepted bets is exceeded on this selection. Maximum number of lay bets on the selection. The maximum lay bets number on the selection which are not covered by the accepted back bet. Initial bets placement frequency. The frequency with which the program places initial lay bets if no additional lay bets are placed. No other initial bet is placed until the lay bet is accepted. If the initial bet is accepted and the additional bets are disabled, then the program will again place the initial lay bet according to the specified algorithm after a specified period of time. Place additional bets. If the checkbox is set, an additional lay bet will be made according to the decreasing algorithm after the initial lay bet acceptance. Additional lay bets decrease. Decrease of the additional bet odds depending on previous accepted lay bet odds. It is set in ticks or percent. Amount decrease odd when decreasing. The odd by which the calculated initial bet amount is multiplied. The resulting amount will be used for the additional bet. Connect existing lay bets at the start. When this parameter is enabled, unaccepted lay bets placed outside the strategy will be applied to the strategy. It is necessary to set this parameter then restarting the program. It is not required in the other cases. When the trading mode is enabled, the program works in accordance with the following algorithm. The program immediately places a back bet if the initial lay bet is accepted. If the back bet is also accepted, then the lay bet is placed again, which evokes the back bet. A lay bet back bet cycle is repeated as long as it matches your settings. For example, there is a limitation on bets after the event has switched to in-play or on the maximum bets number for the selection. Play back bets with the leave in the in-play value. Back bets will remain in in-play. To do this, the with in-play support option must be activated in the market search parameters. Back bets increase. The value in ticks or percentage by which the back bet odd is increased in comparison with the initial lay bet odd. The back bet's amount is calculated in such a way in order to equalize the positive result for all selections. Trade within the spread if possible. The program will place back bets higher than the specified ticks or percentages if the bet turns out to be the best offer on the market, that is, within the spread. The same applies to the subsequent lay bets, which are placed after the back bet's acceptance. Back bet's amount increase odd. The amount of the back bet, calculated in order to equalize the results for all selections, is multiplied by this coefficient. Market's closure means equalizing the results for all selections. The program stops placing bets on the market in accordance with the algorithms described in the previous stages, cancels all bets, and tries to equalize the results for all selections with a specified frequency. Cancel all bets after the market transition to in-play. If it turns out that the program has placed the bets in play after the transition, they will be cancelled. Close markets. If the checkbox is set, the program will stop placing bets according to the main algorithm for a specified time before the start of the market. Cancel all bets and try to equalize the result for all selections. Closure time before the event start. Time before the start of the event at which the markets begin to close. Instant closure time before the event start. The time for equalizing the market by market odds. Closure attempts frequency. The frequency with which the program will try to equalize the results for all selections. Use mirror closure. If the parameter is set, the program will choose the selection on which it is more profitable to bet when placing closing bets on two selection markets. For example, instead of back betting with odds of 1.2, it is more profitable to place a lay bet with odds of 5.6. Only cancel lay bets. If the checkbox is set, the program will simply cancel all lay bets and leave back bets at the closure time. No more bets will be placed on the market. Keep closing bets in play. If the parameter is set, closing bets will be placed with the leave in play checkbox. Inaccuracy of totals during the equalization. Difference in totals during the equalization. For example, if we bet 1 cent, the program will try to equalize the results for all selections until the difference exceeds 1 cent. It is recommended to bet at least 5 cents, although the equalization is often possible. Minimum closing bets amount. No equalization bets will be made for less than this amount. It is made for transaction saving. Minimum, maximum closing bet, lay bets odd. It is possible to limit the closing bets odds, if desired. Closing bets will not be placed with odds outside the specified ranges. If you are sure of your strategy of profitability at a distance, but received a series of losses for some reason, then you may connect the martingale function. This will help minimize losses faster, since the amount of each subsequent bet will increase by the specified percentage until the coverage of the losses and return to positive results. You may receive sound alerts every time you have a matched bet. In this section, you may configure the schedule according to which the strategy will operate, as well as stop placing bets after reaching a certain profit or loss. This window displays the strategy operation process. You may see the planned starting time on the market or the actual start time after the market transitions to in play, the market name, unmatched and matched bets, matched amounts, matched time, matched amounts for a certain period of time. In the neighboring tabs, you may see detailed information about unmatched and matched bets. In this tab, the strategy statistics are saved. You may see the statistics of market search and processing, data on the strategy operation, and the results of martingale. Each time you start the automatic strategy, the program shows the start and end times of the market search, as well as the search duration. The markets processing section indicates the time the markets were updated and the number of processed markets that were in the section. You can see also data on transactions carried out during the strategy operation. The strategy statistics section indicates statistics start. The program remembers when the strategy start time and calculates the performance indicators right from that moment. The gap is filled in after the first calculated market. Actual result. The result of the market's calculation minus the fee. Actual fee. A fee paid as a result of the market calculation. This item is linked to the Betfair fee parameter in the automatic strategy parameters. Since the fee amount is different for different countries, you should indicate the actual fee for your country. In this case, the correct values will be shown in the actual fee and actual results sections. Calculated result. The predicted result after charging the fee, which should be obtained if fair market odds are taken into account. Fair are the last ones, before the market transitions to in-play or to the moment of market suspension, if in-play is not provided. For example, if a particular market has been equalized for all selection with a plus of $1, then the calculated result will be equal to $1 minus the exchange fee. The specified value will be displayed in this gap. This indicator helps to assess the trading strategy effectiveness on a distance. If the calculated result shows a profit and the actual result shows a loss, then it makes sense to continue trading using these specified settings in order to make a profit at a distance. Closed markets total is a separate result for markets with the closure option. Markets without closure are not displayed. Total markets. The number of markets included in the calculation. Closed markets. The number of markets that the program was able to equalize before the market transitioned to in-play. Current deposit usage. The amount of funds used by program for betting on all markets in a specific period of time. Maximum deposit use. The amount of funds necessary for placing bets at peak times. Here you may view the martingale statistics in case if this function was selected in the automatic strategy settings. Current odd. The odd by which the next bet is multiplied after a loss in accordance with the selected increase percentage and recalculation period. If the martingale function is disabled, then this gap always has the default value 1. Period result. The result based on the selected recalculation period results market, hour, day. Each subsequent period starts from 0. Series result. The result for the entire martingale function operation time, which is calculated until the strategy covers the previous losses and climbs into the positive territory. After that, the current odd is reset to 1. The result of the series is reset to 0, and the AutoBookmaker strategy continues to operate as usual. Maximum loss in the series. The maximum loss incurred during the martingale function operation until the profit is reached. Maximum negative periods in a row. The number of periods in a row, where each of which indicated a negative result. These are the current martingale strategy performance indicators and the end of the day and hour. as well as the number of negative periods in a row. Now we will launch the strategy and show how it works in practice. We will be trading at UK and Irish horse racing on the win market. The base odds is calculated from the current market odds. The range of odds of the initial lay bets from 4 to 20. The bet amount is calculated via the payout method and is $5. The margin is 15% of the base odd. Trading mode is enabled. Moreover, the back bet remains in the in-play. The back bet odds are increased by 10% over the initial lay bet odds. Right away, I would like to say that these parameters are not recommended. At different times and under certain circumstances, a strategy with the specified parameters may not always be winning. The program finds a suitable market. And places the initial lay bets on it on suitable selections. If the initial lay bet is accepted for some selections, the program immediately places a back bet. If the back bet is also accepted, then the program places the lay bet for the same selection, and this is the case for all the selections on which bets are placed and accepted. After the market switches to in-play, the program cancels unmatched lay bets. Unmatched back bets remain in play until their acceptance or the moment when market is suspended. During the race, the odds on the selections reach the required ones, and back bets are also accepted. After that, the amounts are colored green under all selections, so we will make a profit, no matter who is the winner. This was an overview of the main AutoBookmaker automatic strategy parameters. I hope you will find this information useful. I wish you a profitable trading with the BetDriver program.